It is September 19th, Sunday. I've definitely been stuck in my head. I've definitely been stuck in my head. But this person reaching out. But again, I'm trying to just look at it at face value. Whatever he gives, right? That's what he gives. So I sent a response yesterday, and then I was just like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. And I was overthinking it. I was over dissecting it, what I said, and then I sent a message, kind of saying I hope it doesn't sound offensive, and that's not, I didn't put that's not what I meant. I just put, I didn't mean to insinuate this by me saying that, and then in the end I put, I just want you to be happy, right? I just wish you the happiness you deserve. That's all. And that's how I ended it. I was like, that's it. Yubi shut that trap. Because we kept engaging for a little bit. And then just trying to reflect, why? Why? What's going on, right? Trying to put the puzzle pieces together, right? And so I came across a video from someone else who was talking about the energy this week. And then they mentioned the thing. They said, I guess Mercury retrograde is coming around the corner. I'm like, great. Well, that's right. Well, this time last year was pretty intense for me. And so there was that. And then they're saying about this week being the week to clean it up. To clean it up. It's like, oh, okay. That makes sense, right? Cleaning out this cycle, right? And he reached out and apologized and right? Supuestamente, right? I was like, okay, that makes sense. But then wondering too, I'm just reflecting again. It's just this whole process of bringing closure to it, right? Bringing closure to it, or at least bringing closure to what happened in the past between us, if you will, if that was just his intent. But then in my head, I'm like, why am I getting these tingling sensations? Why? I have it right now. I have this tingling sensation in my head. And I had it, I got it the day he reached out, before he reached out, that day, I started feeling the tingling sensation. And then I thought it must have been because of the book that I was reading, right? Which was, I noticed it when I was reading my religion's book, the world's religion book, when I'm learning about the different religions in the world. So then I was like, okay. Excuse me. Was it because I was reading, and initially I thought it was because I was reading the religious book, but now I'm wondering, was it because I kind of knew he was going to reach out? And then remembering, right? Funny, peculiar funny. The videos that I'm preparing to post, I mentioned that I prepare them to post ahead of time. So then I forget what I say. I'll listen to it when I'm preparing to post, but then every once in a while I'll listen to myself again if I feel the need to. But I'm not doing it as often like I was before. I think there's an element of okay, I'm just allowing things to play out. But anyways, so as I was reviewing some of those videos, I did the sound bath with Layla, and it was during the sound bath that and she said it was like a reset. It was a reset, and in that moment, was when I started feeling the tingling sensation in my head again that I hadn't felt since last fall, a year ago. And to top it all off, I would get this tingling sensation. Like, I remember experiencing it when I was with this person. And so then, and it was before, like, the tension came up. It was, I remember feeling it in Palm Springs. I remember feeling it at that other place we went to, Soul Night. Like, I remember feeling it around him. The tingling sensation. But then I also remember feeling it when when certain songs would pop up or stand out too. And so I was stuck on this tingling because I was trying to meditate. Even in the morning, like, I felt it. And I went to bed asking, like, okay, if I have another dream about this individual, then I'll take that as a sign that he's not supposed to be in my path. And I didn't get a dream about him. And so I was just like, so I've been having I still have the tingling sensation. I was trying to meditate and the tingling sensation was there. And I was just like, okay, like, what is it? Like, am I still needing to learn lessons, right? Because this person has been such a big part of my healing from that connection. Am I not done healing, right? Is one of the first things that come to mind. Am I not done healing? Or is it really just bringing closure to this, whatever this is, right? For him, really, because he's the one that reached out to apologize. And this week, coincidentally, peculiar, funny, peculiar, the videos that are coming out are when I speak to the reasons why I walked away, right? Which was this element of communication. Really, it was about communication, and or the lack of, and or too much for me. Like, it was too much for me, clearly, and then on his end it was the lack of, to a certain degree. And just the intuitive feelings that I would get when I was around him, where he didn't have to say anything. It felt like I knew, but then at the same time, because there was no validation on his part if I was right, it made me feel like I was wrong. Like, I was totally misreading the situation. Like, yeah. That's what it felt like. Like, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. And maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. But because, he would just shut down. And so I didn't know. I didn't know. But it wasn't like that before. And that's the thing, like, okay, fine. It is what it is. It unfolded the way it did for a reason. Everything's purposeful. Telling myself, everything is aligned, everything's purposeful, everything is occurring exactly as it should be. So there's purpose in how things unfolded. There's purpose in why it unfolded in that way. Now I'm wondering, like, was it just that, right? Was that the sole purpose of this individual in my life? Or is there something else? Because I'm freaking feeling this tingling sensation, and I don't know if it's gonna last or if it's just because we're engaging, Or maybe this connection is preparing itself for something else. I don't know. But I do know so far that in this life, and that's what it feels like. It feels like in this lifetime, like it, because even in reflecting back, with the exception of the beginning piece, the moment I remember when I got triggered and I was trying to pull back, and then he pulled his energy back, and then after that was when like more of the triggering kind of popped up, and it just, and it felt like that was the honeymoon stage, right? Like the beginning is always great, and when issues come up, then it's like hard to deal with. And clearly we're both struggling with communication, or at least I can only speak for my end. Stop making assumptions, Yubi. From my end, clearly, right? And either being too much, saying too much, jumping all in, right? All my patterns. But after that, it felt like it was imbalanced. It just felt like it wasn't meant to be after that. Or at least in that way, right? In that way. But the tingling sensation's still there. I don't know what to do with it. So when I meditated, I didn't see waves. I saw a little bit of purple, but it was just so hard to meditate when I had this tingling. I have this tingling sensation over my head, and I'm trying to figure out why. I mean, I don't feel as in distress as and it wasn't even in distress. Like in the beginning, when I first got the message, it was more like, whoa, like it was unexpected, right? And the dream that I had, if you follow along, that was the feeling that was evoked. When it felt like I was just doing my thing, and then I'm opening the door, and then there he is, and he's nervous. But the feeling that I got was like, this is unexpected. I didn't expect this. So to get that message was like, oh my goodness. And there is an element. I think there's just worry. And again, it's all my head. Fears, worries, that I'm going to say the wrong thing, that I'm going to make him shut down again, you know? That's happened. That's all. So maybe it's just closure. Mercury retrograde. I didn't see how that's gonna affect my chart. But anyways, the plan, what time is it? Like 13 minutes, okay. Plan for today. I think I might have mentioned it. I ran a Tokyo Story. I tried to play it yesterday, and then I realized I'm missing some type of cord thing between that connects my VC. It's not a VCR DVD player to the TV. So I was gonna go to walk to Target to see if they have a connector thingy. I know I had one. I mean, it played, but then you know what? I gave back the internet stuff and mailed it back, and I wonder if I accidentally put it in there. All the cords, because I don't know where they go. So I'm like, okay. And I tried looking for the cords that I do have to see if something fit, and I need the one that has the both thingies. So hopefully Target has it, because that movie is due tomorrow, and I am determined to watch it. somehow, some way, before I give it back to the rental, to the coffee shop. Yeah. That was all. I just want to speak to that because that's been on my head, and the tingling sensation is still there, and I guess we'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell. But alright, that's it. Alright.
Hi, my name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience, and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll see what else comes next for me.